Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Hit subscribe right now. We're on our way to 120,000 subscribers. This is pound for pound the best live stream on YouTube. I have close to 117,000 subs. We average around 1,000 people per live stream. It's pretty good, and it's a testament to the people that I have watching. I have the most intelligent, coolest, just amusing, because the live chat gets hilarious, people, and I'm blessed to have everyone who watch. So thank you, as always, just for being so wonderful. Clinton's server was hacked. Now, this is different from the moderate confidence DNC hack. There's no evidence that Russia hacked the DNC. We've never even seen the computer servers. The United States government has not put a finger on the DNC server. Sorry. We know from Louis Gohmert and Inspector General Chuck McAuliffe, that a foreign entity, not Russia, was being forwarded all of her emails, including classified, including top secret, including special access program intelligence. She used a server outside the United States government. This is not rocket science. So when you hear the FBI pushed back today or didn't refute anything, you cannot refute basic logic. Basic logic doesn't say that Russia hacked the DNC to ensure that people in swing states voted for Trump because they informed the world that Bernie Sanders was being cheated by Debbie Wasserman Schultz, therefore ensuring Debbie Wasserman Schultz would then resign in disgrace along with other DNC officials, because this was all a Russian plan because they really cared about Bernie Sanders. DNC would never be a target of Russia. There's no classified intelligence there. They would have to know that Bernie was being cheated. This kind of should remind everyone of the Trump Jr. meeting. To my super chat, by the way, thank you so very much. You give me every incentive to continue doing these live streams. I have been published in The Hill. I was a contributor at The Hill, The Huffington Post, Salon. I was published hundreds of times during the election and before the election total. I was on MSNBC, CNN. I've been on RT. I've always said the same thing. The Clinton email scandal is an enormous debacle. It's the greatest cybersecurity threat the country has ever faced. I've written in but her top secret emails and but her deleted emails. Now, the rebuttal I got from people when I went ahead and I'll just put like a Daily Beast article on one of Trump's tweets. I'll reply like, it's like a ginormous thread. People are like, we hate you, Trump. And we're like, we love you, Trump. But I'll go ahead. Eric, different color polo. I haven't worn this in a while. But if you're getting buffered, I apologize. I don't know what's wrong with the connection, but it could be I have too many. Okay. All right. So let's see if that's better. So the bottom line is this. Thank you, Tamara. Thank you. The bottom line is this. Clinton used a server outside the United States government because the number one most important thing in her life was, as I take a sip of water, Clinton Foundation correspondence, communication. Maduro Mike. The FBI only looked at around 3,000 of the 694,000 emails found on Anthony Weiner's laptop. That's about a 99.5 that wasn't looking at. WTF, where's the laptop now? Exactly. Maduro Mike. The FBI only looked at around 3,000 of the 694,000 emails. Maduro Mike, you're 100% right. And the issue there is you get the Washington Post saying, well, the FBI came out and Maduro Mike, they pushed back, quote unquote, and they said, well, we don't have any evidence. Yeah, that's the problem. You don't have any evidence because you ignored Charles McAuliffe. You ignored Chuck McAuliffe and the Inspector General that Louis Gohmert was talking about. The Inspector General already stated, Maduro Mike, exactly what you did. Well, regarding China. And we have 18 classified emails already of the 694,000 on Anthony Weiner's laptop. You had classified intelligence on Anthony Weiner's laptop. You had classified intelligence on her basement server. You had classified intelligence at Platte River. You had classified intelligence at Dado Inc. You have classified intelligence that was stolen by China, which I don't blame China. I blame Hillary Clinton. And it wasn't just China. Her server was hacked by more than just one country. I want to read you Clinton's server faced hacking from China, South Korea, and Germany. So before we get to, this is a Politico article. The Politico article is below. Here is the Politico article. I use reputable sources, or at least sources that nobody can say are not reputable. And I don't speak out of my behind. You can read the reputable sources. And then one rebuttal yesterday on like Trump's Twitter feed from the I'm With Her crowd was, oh, well, this is an old article. Yeah. So that actually bolsters what Louis Gohmert and Charles McAuliffe for the IG and what the Daily Caller was actually saying. Well, this is an old article. There's no evidence. Meanwhile, these are the same people who focus on the Steele dossier, CrowdStrike's assessment, the NSA's moderate confidence assessment. There's zero evidence of DNC hack. Zero evidence, except people who are confident it happened. So, you have to excuse me. I'm getting over this cold. I don't want to I don't know, sneeze right now. But Clinton's server faced hacking from China, South Korea, and Germany. So, Maduro Mike, thank you as always, Maduro Mike, and that is what you just stated right now with the laptop. The Weiner laptop, we already have classified intelligence found on Anthony Weiner's laptop. Then they said, well, she was backing up her phone. It wasn't intentional. The FBI didn't look at anything. The FBI is covering its tracks even now. So eventually it'll take place. Hillary will get indicted eventually because the spinning plates are wobbling now. They're still spinning. You even have Sessions spinning, but everything is wobbling, okay? You have a whole bunch of spinning plates. You got Bruce Orr, you got Nellie Orr, you got James Comey, you got Andrew McCabe, you got Peter Strzok, you got Lisa Page, you got Christopher Steele, you got Fusion GPS. They're all spinning plates. But now the Daily Caller came out with a breakthrough report. Erectus Maximus. HSE server was like wiki.gov free for all. Exactly. Erectus Maximus, one of the better names. I'll put you up there with O.J. Clinton, the best in America in one name. Erectus Maximus. That's my new fantasy football name, Erectus Maximus. Thank you so very much. It was a free fall. The server was basically like, hey, come on in, everyone. Go ahead and, take whatever you like. Take whatever you like. No problem. No problem at all. Erectus Maximus, thank you. 100%. Well, it was unencrypted. That's the funny thing. It was unencrypted for close to 6 months. She used an AT&T email account, and then she used a ClintonEmail.com account, both of which were unencrypted. Clinton server faced hacking from China, South Korea, and Germany. October 8th, 2015, Politico. Hillary Clinton's private email server containing tens of thousands of messages from her tenure as Secretary of State, including more than 400 now considered classified, was the subject of hacking attempts from China, South Korea, and Germany after she stepped down in 2013, according to congressional investigators. So we already have the evidence. The Senate Homeland Security and Government Affairs Committee had found evidence of attempted intrusions. What would have stopped these people or these countries? Attempted intrusion, you can pretty much chalk it up as they got in. You're talking about not only a server that was in her basement without any real protection. Big deal, it was encrypted after the first 5 months. But you're talking also about Platte River and Dado Inc. They could have been hacked. And there's just a million ways that then you have Anthony Weiner's computer could have been hacked. But you already have evidence. What they want is ironclad written notes of confessions from hackers. Meanwhile, they have zero evidence of Trump Russia, and they speak about it as if it's an actual fact. That's what I can't stand about the Democratic Party. One of the main reasons they'll lose miserably in November. It's what I can't stand. They want to go ahead. They want ironclad proof. When there's more evidence showing that it was hacked, and you already have the Inspector General, and you already have Charles McAuliffe, the Inspector General, that was quoted by Louis Gohmert in congressional testimony. That combined with Robert Gates, we can get to Robert Gates, the former defense secretary, who said that it's almost certain China, Russia, and Iran hacked her server. But here, Erectus Maximus, thank you so very much. My new fantasy football name. Clinton's server faced hacking from China, South Korea, and Germany. Hillary Clinton's private server contained tens of thousands of messages from her tenure as Secretary of State. Now, this is when the classifications were all, including 400 now considered classified. It was over 2,000 eventually. The Senate Homeland Security and Government Affairs Committee has found evidence of attempted intrusions into Clinton's server in 2013 and 2014, according to a letter Chairman Ron Johnson of Wisconsin sent Monday. The contractor, SecNap Network Security, identified the attacks. Clinton's server may have lacked a threat detection program for 3 months. The attempted security breaches and apparent gaps in protection raise further questions about the level of security Clinton used to prevent malicious intrusions. The FBI is currently probing whether her rare email arrangement, no, it was unprecedented and highly criminal, ever put national security at risk. Of course, the FBI is not going to say that. Here is what we need to finally just understand. And I usually don't speak in terms of like, oh, you know, I don't speak, you'll never hear me say, well, you'll rarely hear me say that they're afraid to talk about threats to national security. But they can't really investigate the true nature of how Clinton harmed the national security, because they would implicate themselves, President Obama, every intelligence chief. They were in on everything. They knew that the world hacked Clinton's emails, and they've almost certainly taken precautions. They almost certainly know what she had, and therefore they know what other people have throughout the planet. The entire planet hacked Clinton's server, including classified intelligence. President Obama's administration, now forget about WikiLeaks. WikiLeaks and Julian Assange are heroes. Well, Julian Assange is a hero. He should be free. And I'm very, very honored that my article, Free Julian Assange, in the Daily Caller has been retweeted by Mrs. Christine Assange, Julian Assange's mother, a noble, brilliant, intelligent, heroic woman. She's absolutely wonderful, and she's fighting for her son's freedom. And I have also written in the Huffington Post, and I've written and advocated nonstop that Julian Assange should be free. In fact, I wrote a Daily Caller article right when President Trump won, stating that President Trump should pardon Julian Assange. Now, Assange is not a threat to national security. If anything, if we were to go ahead, if we were to simply go ahead and look at the totality of Clinton's crimes, we can see that national security was, the harm to national security, there's no way to quantify it. The entire world hacked into her server. Politico. The attempted intrusions reported late Wednesday by AP were more direct attempts from abroad to gain unauthorized access to Clinton's server and did not rely on email messages. It wasn't just phishing. It was just, people went in. They knew she had a server. Experts say sophisticated intelligence services monitoring the Secretary of State's communications when she was abroad would have likely been able to pinpoint her server and use that information to attempt access to her system. I'm going to read it 4 times because I'm crazy and annoying. Experts say sophisticated intelligence services monitoring the Secretary of State's communications when she was abroad would have likely been able to pinpoint her server and use that information to attempt to access her system. Then we have the Washington Post and damage control. Oh my God. Oh my God. No. The FBI said there's no evidence. Well, of course the FBI said there's no evidence. The FBI doesn't even know how Brian Pagliano transferred top secret intelligence from JWICS. We have no idea how Brian Pagliano and Justin Cooper and everyone who worked for her server, who helped her server out. Wow. Thank you, Sean, for yet another article. And thank you, Eric H526. We have this server being hacked is going to be a really, really important issue. But it's important to remember as well that it's not just China, okay? And by the way, I'm just going to call it right now, because both Democrats and Republicans are going to focus on China eventually as the new enemy. And I will push back. I can tell you exactly what I'm going to do. China is not our enemy. Russia is not our enemy. Our enemy is a political system that favors Madam Cyberhack. We don't have any threats in the world. We need to bring home all our soldiers. We need to bring home all our soldiers. Every American soldier should be home with their families for Christmas. Every American soldier should be home with their families for Christmas and New Year's. Marcus Tullius, only people who don't have the emails is Marcus, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. There are more emails outside. They're more classified. Marcus, you're 100% right. There's more classified information. outside the United States government. But my thing is, you're not gonna. Again, I'm gonna go into my spiel now. One of the reasons they're going to lose the midterms is because you don't have quote unquote progressive candidates saying bring home American soldiers from war. You have Rand Paul saying that. You have Trump saying that regarding a certain country where there was, oh, gee, what a coincidence. Let's not get too much into that because I want to play the long game. He said it. I want to bring home soldiers from this specific country. Oops, coinkydink. Trump said it. But you know why a lot of people on the left won't say bring home American soldiers and have them home for Christmas? Because they'll say Christmas is offensive. I'm Jewish, not offensive to me at all. They should be home with their families for Christmas. Everyone. Every soldier, every person stationed outside the United States, especially in Iraq and Afghanistan. And we have 800 bases. I understand that. We have hundreds of thousands, 450,000 soldiers throughout the world. But you need the antithesis. If Democrats want to win, they have to be the antithesis of President Trump, which is very difficult to do right now because Trump's presiding over a good economy and the Democrats have neoconservatives who push and foster the regime change in Syria, the anti-Russia rhetoric, the belief that Vladimir Putin poses this big threat to the country, but oh, by the way, Obama didn't veto the uranium deal. And so Hillary Clinton had the names of CIA agents. That is also an issue. She had the names of CIA agents on her computer. If you don't believe me, if Democrats say, oh, that's not true at all, well, let's go ahead. Well, let's go real quick to FBI pushes back on unfounded Trump claim that China hacked Hillary Clinton's emails. CrowdStrike looked at the DNC and it's okay. CrowdStrike said, oh, well, they were hacked by Fuzzy Bear or Cozy Bear or whatever sounded like a Russian gang. So if it had bear in it, they're like, yeah, it happened. Well, we worked with these people. Then they had to backtrack certain claims because they were off and wrong, and their information was sourced poorly. But now when Democrats demand ironclad evidence, the fact that she had an unencrypted server, the fact that she had a server in her basement, the fact that the NSA said she could not use a BlackBerry, the fact that she traveled to Russia, she traveled to meet Chinese and Russian officials while her server was unencrypted, and the fact that Charles McAuliffe of the Inspector General, Charles McAuliffe, long ago said, oh, by the way, her emails were being forwarded. Do you think it's only China? When Politico already stated that South Korea and Germany and other countries hacked her server. It's not just China. Why would it just be China? Of course it would be Russia, Iran, and everyone else, even our allies. So, but let's just go ahead really quickly. FBI pushes back an unfounded Trump claim. It's unfounded when it's inconvenient. But they'll roll with high confidence and anonymous sources when it's convenient for them, without any evidence at all. It is absolutely absurd that Russia would hack the DNC to inform the public that Bernie was cheated. That is absolutely ludicrous and absurd. Absolutely ludicrous, absolutely absurd. NorCal Daddy. NorCal Daddy, do you think it's possible that CrowdStrike acted as a sort of broker for selling the classified intelligence to foreign entities through the Clinton Foundation by basically ensuring the payment? NorCal Daddy, I am not taking any I don't say the possibility that she was selling information, or I don't push that possibility, but I'm not going to say it's not possible. All I can say is that CrowdStrike was hired simply to promote a myth that Hillary and the DNC wanted perpetuated. That we know. We also know that nobody in the US government saw the servers. We also know that the Clinton Foundation emails were all, her deleted emails were about the Clinton Foundation. We also know, and they weren't about yoga and Brexit. That's ridiculous. So NorCal Daddy, you could be right. It could be that could be a possibility. I don't think so. I think what took place was that she was just so reckless. She didn't care at all. She was like the sloppy drunk of cybersecurity. She was the sloppy drunk of cybersecurity, and she just wanted to go ahead. She wanted to FBI, DOJ, KGB. What difference does it make? Exactly. NorCal Daddy, thank you so very much. I just think that she didn't care. But so this is the Washington Post today, which is hilarious. The FBI on Wednesday pushed back on an unfounded claim by President Trump that Hillary Clinton's emails were hacked by China, saying it found no evidence. No evidence? She had an unencrypted server, and Comey said it's very likely, which was then changed to some. I think it was like almost certain, and then very likely. It was changed. The original conclusion Comey was going to read had Clinton in extreme negligence or gross negligence, which would have directly correlated to U.S. Code 793F of the Espionage Act. She's going to get charged with a crime. It's just a matter of when. Trump is never going to stop talking about it. The world is never going to stop talking about it. I'm never going to stop talking about it. The president's never going to stop talking about it. Jim Jordan's never going to stop talking about it. Judicial Watch is never going to stop talking about it. No one is ever going to stop talking about it. And the spinning plates are wobbling now. Clinton still has the plates on the little, whatever they are, little sticks. Trump asserted early Wednesday without citing evidence. This is the Washington Post, that every story regarding some hearsay or gossip from Michael Cohen or Stormy or McDougal or everything's this big thing. And then oh, by the way, at least they have the good common courtesy to publish Bill was it Bill Bradley, or the FEC chairman, Federal Election Commission chairman, who stated that it wasn't a campaign finance violation to pay somebody regarding a relationship. It wasn't a violation. It was not a violation. Not a violation. Writing on Twitter, Hillary Clinton's emails, many of which are classified information, got hacked by China. Next move better be by the FBI and DOJ. After all of their other missteps, their credibility was forever gone. That's why I love Trump. Trump provided no details about the alleged hacking. What details do we know from CrowdStrike? How about nothing? But this tweet came up shortly after the online publication of a story by the Daily Caller. The publication cited two sources briefed on the matter. Well, isn't that funny? Because the Washington Post is known for only anonymous sources, as is the New York Times. So, okay, so the Daily Caller's anonymous sources, they're not to be trusted, but your anonymous sources are. And then we have one publication where a woman was stooping people just to get her anonymous sources. They were anonymously stooped sources. Tamara Friedman, thank you so very much. Feel better soon. When we are over the target, they start with the hateful fake news. So annoying. Absolutely. Tamara Friedman, thank you so very, very, very much. Thank you, Tamara. And I'm actually feeling better. Yesterday, like a cold hit me, and I'm trying to get better from it. But it's like in LA, it's like hot, 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 and then cold at night. Still hot during the day, cold at night now. So it's like, and you got the air conditioning and everything. Tamara Friedman. Thank you so very much, Tamara Friedman. Yeah, I mean, that's it. Like they demand ironclad evidence for something that just utilized basic logic. She used an unencrypted server and she illegally transferred top secret intelligence onto the server. It's just basic common sense. Of course they hacked her email. Of course. Tamara Friedman, thank you so very much. And we already have the Inspector General saying that it was hacked. And Louis Gohmert already stating that. So Tamara, thank you so very much. RDC Tarantula. Hello, HJ. There is a tarantula in my Jeep. We love you. RDC Tarantula. Thank you. I held a tarantula once. And it was just kind of weird. But I was like, oh my God. It was like, yeah. RDC Tarantula. Thank you so very much. Very, very cool. We love you. Thank you so very, very much. And I love everyone here. 600, almost 700 people watching. Thank you, RDC Tarantula. Thank you, Tamara Friedman, very much as always for your support. So, Fox News, which is frequently watched by the president. Yeah, and MSNBC, which is frequently watched by everyone else. All the left. The FBI has not found any evidence the servers were compromised. In other words, the FBI never investigated whether or not the servers were compromised. Just like the L1 case, the FBI or the federal government never went ahead and did what they did with Manafort and Gates, and nobody flipped and sang. Isn't it funny how when it's a Democratic scandal, they don't talk about flipping and singing? Isn't that funny? You ever wonder why there's no flipping and singing when it's a Democratic Party scandal? Why is that? Why is that? No flipping and singing. So, and then Adam Schiff. Wow, look at that. Adam Schiff is basically calling out Trump. This is one of the few times Adam Schiff ever said anything worthwhile. And this is, I mean, now Trump has to take this out on Sessions because this is one of the few times Schiff, who is one step more credible than Comey, who is like one of those giant alligators you see crawl, just like sighted at a golf course in Florida. Like, oh my God, there goes James Comey. Mr. President, you have at your disposal the resources of the nation's law enforcement agencies and intelligence community. Use them. An FBI official today has rebutted this nonsense. The FBI has not found any evidence the servers were compromised. Okay, so Trump's getting called out. That was actually a good zinger. Okay, so again, Schiff is pretty overconfident. They asked for it. I mean, they're asking for it right now. They're basically calling out Trump. So, I mean, what are you going to do right now if you're Trump? If you're President Trump, they're trying to call you out and they're saying, hey, you control the government. It's your call. That is pretty overt and brazen. That is, an FBI found no evidence. That doesn't mean anything. The FBI found no evidence. because the FBI never investigated. So there you go. There you go. Charles McAuliffe has already stated. Okay, so let's go really quickly. We'll go ahead, and here is the basis. And if the Washington Post wants to interview Louis Gohmert, just go ahead and interview Louis Gohmert. Strzok Gohmert.
You said earlier in this hearing you were concerned about a hostile foreign power affecting our election. Do you recall the intelligence community Inspector General Chuck McCullough having an investigation into an anomaly found on Hillary Clinton's emails?
I do not.
Well,
well, there you go. Peter Strzok doesn't remember what Inspector General Charles McAuliffe, the original IG, who came to the conclusion thank you, everyone. Shala Collins, thank you, Shala. The super chat is working, but everyone subscribe to Shala Collins. She is absolutely wonderful. She's beautiful inside and outside.
What's up, YouTube? What's up, subscribers?
And she's awesome. Here is, so she's over 4,000. Let's get her to 10,000. 10,000. So the super chat is working, but Shala, you do not have to. You watching is a thrill, and everyone go ahead and subscribe to Shala Collins. She's absolutely amazing. But there you go. Peter Strzok said he doesn't remember. So there you go. That's why the FBI said that there's no evidence.
To refresh your recollection, the intelligence community Inspector General Chuck McCullough sent his investigator Frank Rucker, along with an IG attorney Jeanette McMillan, to brief you and Dean Chappelle and two other FBI personnel that I won't name at this time about an anomaly they had found on Hillary Clinton's emails that were going to and from the private unauthorized server that you were supposed to be investigating.
So they didn't investigate the alleged hacking, or the hacking, not alleged. It was, here you have basic common knowledge. I mean, you have basic logic. And you have it from Charles McCullough. You have Louis Gohmert, who is stating, hey, you know what? Why didn't you go ahead and then analysis, Trump firing Sessions looks more likely than ever. Great. After the Republicans win both houses, you can fire Sessions. Sessions is not doing his job. And if Sessions doesn't do his job is not necessarily to just indict Clinton. His job is to go ahead and opinion. Another big reason Democrats want to take over the House. No, they're not going to take over the House. It's so ridiculous. Just do your job, Sessions. He knows that she's guilty of sin. Just go ahead and find the evidence. Find the evidence. Go to where the evidence takes you. Go to where the evidence takes you. The evidence is going to take you to Clinton committing crimes. And if you don't have evidence that, corroborates basic logic, or Inspector General Charles McAuliffe's conclusion that, yeah, she was hacked, then start another independent counsel. but for goodness sake, do your job. Do your job. It's like I don't get. I understand Sessions wants to go ahead and he wants to implement what he thinks is more important. I'm trying to find here the Washington Post. This is the Washington Post article. I'm trying to find their tweet regarding Trump and the FBI with no evidence. Here's here finally. So there you go. I mean, Louis Gohmert. During congressional testimony, sent an email. So it's like, just watch the first. I'm just, ladies and gentlemen, I'm tweeting this out because it's important. They're like, well, there's no evidence. The evidence is the United States government Inspector General Charles McAuliffe already stated that there is evidence that that all of her emails were forwarded. Now we find out that Azali Pot, we just received our Profanity Alert t-shirts. Thank you so much. We love you. Thanks, H.A. Azali Pot, thank you so very much. So I have these Profanity Alert t-shirts everybody can buy. I know Eric H526 has one. Azali Pot, as always, thank you for watching this live stream and this channel. Thank you so very, very much. You're awesome. Azali Pot, thank you. Rhonda, Iowa girl, what's the difference between this and a super chat? Well, you're absolutely wonderful. Rhonda, Iowa girl, thank you so very much for always supporting this channel, and Azali Pot, and you both and everyone here in the super chat. If you donate to the channel, it helps my voice and helps this independent journalist get his message to the world. The live chat, I believe, is just the people chatting, which is absolutely fantastic. I have 700 people. Of course, I have like haters out there who are jealous. We won't get into that. I touched upon that. One thing in life, like if you're another person, don't be jealous. Just do your thing. Do your thing in life. I don't talk about other people. Don't use my name in vain. People, this is somebody actually not on the left. I'll have to speak in vague terms. A foreign entity, not Russia. Rhonda, Iowa girl, you are absolutely wonderful. So I guess, the super chat is your kindness and generosity, with donating to the channel and then the live chat is just people on the chat. But thank you so very much, Rhonda, Iowa girl, and Azali Pot, thank you. That's why I say, like, on a different note, I'm not even talking about, the person who used my name in vain. In life, just, I don't, like, when's the last time you heard me? I used to be going back and forth with people. I don't now. Zila K, thank you. I don't now, but it's like, if you're bringing up my name at this stage of the game, okay, that says something about what you're working with. Don't bring up mine. I don't bring up other people's names. I have my tiny corner of the internet where I have some really intelligent, passionate people. We use just public record, and there's not like like a letter like, Patriots, take my hand, Patriots, together we will fight the deep state. No, it's public record. We're talking, and It's like I've been published a whole bunch of places and I've been on TV, and I'm not like, nobody knows who I am, but for the people who do, I've built something special because of you, because of the people watching. But I don't go ahead and bring up other people's names because I don't need to. They bring up my name. It's like annoying. Do your thing. Do your thing. Don't be jealous. Azalea Pat. Oh. I keep on saying, have I pronounced Azalea Pat? Have I been pronouncing your name, mispronouncing your name? I apologize if I have. Azalea Pat. I always say Azalea Pat, but I have one Australian viewer says that I pronounce Australia with an Australian accent, but I have no idea how that's possible. But Azalea Pat, thank you. Rhonda, Iowa girl, you're wonderful. Thank you. Azalea Pat, you're wonderful. It's just like so many haters out there. Then let's not get into the other haters. So many haters. Stopped bias. Yeah, that's hashtag. Nico Filippone, thank you. Yep. And then everybody's like, oh, well, Trump's just as bad. No, he's not. I missed hashtag World Collusion. JUB8891. Papa D, for a long time, I felt the USA is the new ARC. Thank you, Papa D. JUB8891, thank you. So they didn't, let's continue. They did not go ahead. We'll start from the beginning. So they're like, where's the evidence? This is CBS News right here.
You said earlier in this hearing you were concerned about a hostile foreign power affecting our election. Do you recall the intelligence community Inspector General Chuck McCullough having an investigation into an anomaly found on Hillary Clinton's emails? I do not.
Okay, so how are you? He does not. The Yahtzee! Yo, man, thank you, the Yahtzee. Yahtzee1, thank you. JUB8891, you are the best H. I hope Trump's warning to social media providers doesn't fall on deaf ears. The censorship and bias blatantly obvious. JUB8891, I have a theory. And my theory is this. Initially, YouTube and everyone else has to play ball with the social justice warrior maniacal fringe of the left. Then I think what takes place is they realize when you change your algorithm, so JUB8891, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. What takes place is they lose money. They eventually lose money. They lose money, and it's like you're the algorithms. Ultimately, they don't want to tweak them to the point where they don't make money, where they lose profits. And what happened was, because of the fake news from the Washington Post and others, all these content creators were hurt in 2017 initially. Then they changed the algorithm again, and then people were back up to speed. But you can't just go ahead and change the algorithm because there's 63 million Americans who voted for. I mean, if you're Google, if you're anyone, if you're YouTube, if you're anyone, 63 million Americans voted for Trump. That's 63 million people. She outspent Trump 2-1, and she got 65 or 66 or whatever, 65. So like their whole claim to fame is, oh, well, we got the popular vote. We have more people. Yeah, you outspent 2-1. You have everyone from all the major cable stations and publications to late night to Hollywood. You have everyone, and they still can't control. There's one guy I watch all the time, Steven Crowder. He's absolutely amazing. His videos get like 1 million views on average. You can't compete with that even if you're like the Washington Post and you're pumping out every day. I mean, CNN every day. You still can't compete. That's why I say Ben Shapiro and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez should have debated. And I know what I get. I get the hate and the pushback from people. You're stupid. And doesn't. No, she should have debated him. Because you need your message heard. Social, the YouTube, and now like BitChute is growing, and a whole lot of other, like there's Minds, there's Steemit, there's Gab. Get your message out there and debate. That's the only way. So Jub8891, I thank you so very much. The Yahtzee, thank you so very much. Azalea Pat, it's okay if you mispronounce my handle. It doesn't matter. My husband calls me short stack. Well, I will say Mr. and Mrs. Azalea Pat, thank you so very much for you and your husband, and thank you. I will not call you short stack, even though it's a cool name, because that's your husband, and thank you so very much. Azalea Pat, I think we should go into prayer now. All 700 people. Everyone, let's go into prayer. Please, Lord. Please, God. Remove security clearances from Susan Rice, Sally Yates, James Comey, Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, and James Clapper, and anyone else Trump wants. Please, Lord, remove all their security clearances. After you've removed their security clearances, please, Lord, give Jeff Sessions the courage to finally be a man and do his job, if that's possible. That might not even be possible for you. Please, God, after the Democrats lose again miserably in the House and Senate, I don't even have to pray for that because that'll happen. Give them the most epic meltdown politically and peacefully, so we can all enjoy CNN and MSNBC explain what happened. And give them creative things to blame, like the Tooth Fairy and the Loch Ness Monster. Thank you, Lord. Start with the security clearances, please. Thank you. Thanks. Bye. Can you imagine the next security clearance? That because they've calmed down. Like Clapper's like, I have to say that this economy is looking really good. He isn't Clapper's like, Clapper. Have you heard Clapper say anything bad? Ron DeSantis will win in Florida. A lot of Trump voters in Florida. Red Shield, what did you think of the elections yesterday? I think that Ron DeSantis will win. I think that what's going to happen to Bernie-backed candidates. Bernie Sanders has backed his original movement into a corner. Not that anyone wants to listen to me from the left, which is totally fine. I'm happy with my 700 to 1,000 live stream viewers. I'm totally fine. No one has to listen to me at all. Because like people are like, he's crazy. H.A. Goodman's crazy. This guy's a lunatic. Who do you listen to? MSNBC. Oh, okay. I'm a lunatic. Gotcha. Yeah, no problem. JUB8891. Thank you so very, very, very much. Red Shield. Yeah, Florida's gonna go Ron DeSantis because a lot of Trump voters in Florida. And the Democrats from Tallahassee, but Northern Florida is pretty hardcore Republican. So, let's look at the state. So state of Florida, 2016. I want to know counties for Trump. Why is it now? This is a big problem I have in my life. A big problem I have in my life. Why is the only place during any election, the New York Times, I have to like sell my soul to the devil just to like watch the New York Times ticker and the thing like a 10%, 20% done, 30%. Like nobody else can do it. Really? Like Fox News can't do it? It's only the New York Times that has this amazing technology, space age technology. No one listens to you on the left because there's nobody left there. The Yahtzee. Wow. Wow. The Yahtzee came in. That was good. There are people left. They're leaving. Of course, when I first came, everyone's like, "Why did you like crazy?" And then like people are like, "Hey, walk away." I don't say I start trends, but like I'm like this like, you know, little bug and I like fly away and it's not celebrated. But then like, you know, smart, you know, it's brilliant to go hashtag walk away, hashtag I'm more power to hashtag walk away, hashtag damn exit. I love them. Brandon Straka, I love him. He's amazing. I mean, he started a movement, big movement. JUB8891, thank you so much. The Yahtzee. They're left. They're left. There's some left in the left, but there won't be left anymore. They won't be left there anymore once the left goes nuts. Snooch. Hey AJ. Keep on being awesome, bro. Thank you so very much. Snooch, thank you. And God bless and thank you so very, very much for always watching. Thank you. Thank you, Railer, to you. Thank you. Snooch, thank you. But here, so like I'm looking and I don't see how I don't see how Andrew Gillum's going to win. He has an actual FBI scandal going on in Tallahassee. I don't think he's a part of it. He is a Bernie progressive. I believe that he was backed by Bernie Sanders. So, and he's good. I mean, you know, the progressive left finds a new hero in Florida, Andrew Gillum. Okay, this is Slate. But Slate wasn't really backing up Bernie during 2016. I love that. Trump attacks Andrew Gillum as failed socialist mayor. So you see, the thing is, you have to go ahead and this is why Trump and DeSantis will win in Florida. When you look at, I don't believe that Bernie's message originally could have won Florida. It can't now because when you just single payer, raising the corporate tax is not going to pay for it in Florida, which is what Andrew Gillum stated. But when you look at Florida, the only counties, Gadsden, Leon, Alachua, Palm Beach, Broward, Miami-Dade, and Orlando and Tampa, everything else, Escambia, Santa Rosa, Okaloosa, Walton, Holmes County, Washington County, Bay County, Calhoun County, Gulf County, Liberty County, Franklin County, Wakulla County, Jefferson County, Madison County. I'm just going to go through and be annoying. Taylor County, Lafayette County, Sewanee County, Hamilton County, Columbia, Baker, Union, Nassau, Dixie, Levy, Marion, Citrus, Sumter, Hernando, Pasco, Pinellas, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing so, Polk, Lake, Volusia, Flagler, Brevard, all of them. You can go on forever. Collier County, Monroe, Hendry, Lee, Charlotte, Glades, Martin, Highlands. So you have Hardy, DeSoto. So you have all these, Manatee, Brevard. So you have the whole state voted for Trump. The whole state voted for Trump. Rural areas of the country vote for Trump. They don't vote for Hillary or Democrats. They don't vote for Democrats. So Tallahassee is in the northern part of Florida. But you're going to have to sell Medicare for all and raising taxes. I mean, this is the thing. Bernie's movement, what's left of it, which has been totally co-opted by the Democratic National Committee, they picked one thing they could deal with because they're not serious about it. Because if they're serious about it, Pelosi goes tomorrow and says, look, we're going to double your taxes. Mercatus study says over doubling taxes is not enough, but we're not going to say tripling, so we'll double your taxes and we'll be honest. I think I'm going to start the prayer session every live stream. It'll be the HA prayer session. It'll start with the security clearances. So here we go again. Here, Peter Strzok.
We were concerned about a hostile foreign power affecting our election. Do you recall the intelligence community Inspector General Chuck McCullough having an investigation into an anomaly found on Hillary Clinton's emails?
I do not.
Okay, so then don't say Washington Post should not go ahead, should not go ahead and say there's no evidence. Peter Strzok doesn't remember that Chuck McCullough said all of her emails were hacked. So there you go.
Well, let me refresh your recollection. The intelligence community Inspector General Chuck McCullough sent his investigator, Frank Rucker, along with an ICIG attorney, Jeanette McMillan, to brief you and Dean
Snooch. I missed the Snooch. Snooch, here's another small token of my appreciation. Snooch, thank you so very much. Eric H526, thank you as always. Snooch, my friend, thank you so very much as always. Thank you, Snooch. Thank you very, very much. All right, let's go ahead with the Gomerization.
Chappelle and two other FBI personnel that I won't name at this time about an anomaly they had found on Hillary Clinton's emails that were going to and from the private unauthorized server that you were supposed to be investigating. Now, do you remember it?
I remember meeting Mr. Rucker on either one or two occasions. I do not remember the specific content or discussions.
Well, I'll help you with that too then.
I remember meeting Mr. Rucker, and I vaguely do remember him telling me that the entire planet, even space aliens, so we're talking about everyone from China, Russia, Iran, and even Martians from Mars, and people from Uranus were hacking Clinton's server. I don't really remember, but but we didn't investigate, so it really doesn't matter. But we're moderately to highly confident that they would hack the DNC with no classified intelligence and no national security benefit to them. But Clinton's server, well, it was hacked, but we didn't really look into it.
Mr. Rucker reported to those of you, the four of you there, in the presence of the ICIG attorney, that they had found this anomaly on Hillary Clinton's emails going through a private server. And when they had done the forensic analysis, they found that her emails, every single one except for four, over 30,000 of them, were going to an address that was not on the distribution list. It was a compartmentalized bit of information that was sending it to an unauthorized source. Do you recall that?
Sir, I don't.
Sir, I don't. We made specific plans not to find out how Brian Pagliano transferred top secret intelligence from Joint Worldwide Intelligence Communications System, commonly known as JWICS. We made sure that JWICS and Cybernet and Schiffs and all the information that was funneled from them onto her server through perhaps photos, we made sure that wasn't a part of our investigation. The Joint Worldwide Intelligence Communications System is where almost certainly she got her top secret intelligence. It's actually a top secret network run by the United States Defense Intelligence Agency and used across the Department of Defense, the Department of State, the Department of Homeland Security to transmit especially sensitive classified information. That's where she got her top secret emails and her special access program intelligence. But they went ahead and they took pictures, or they just illegally stole the information and put it on her server. But guess what, Gomer? We didn't go ahead and investigate. So why don't you go ahead and take a hike? Why don't you shove it where the moon don't shine? I don't care. I'm Peter Strzok. I got what I wanted, which is absolutely nothing. Getting fired because I'm a loser.
Well, he went on to explain it, and you didn't say anything. You thanked him, you shook his hand, but the problem was that it was going to an unauthorized source that was a foreign entity unrelated to Russia. And from what you've said here, you did nothing more than nod and shake the man's hand when you didn't seem to be all that concerned about.
Okay, now Strzok is just lying because he's looking and he's like, I gotta deal with this. I don't care what you say. I already won. She got off. Nah, 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 nah. You can't do anything to me. You could fire me, but I got what I wanted. I got what I wanted already. Yeah, but Trump's president. I don't care. Hillary's still out and about in the woods getting drunk.
Our national integrity of our election when it was involving Hillary Clinton. So the forensic examination was done by the ICIG.
All right, let's just forward this. Let's do it.
You're looking there with a little.
Let's just, because we know. So that's the evidence, Washington Post. And now for the retribution, the fiery fury. Hell hath no fury like a Gomer scorned.
This was under oath, and
Withdraw it.
a former agent
Withdraw it.
of the FBI lied. There is no evidence that I asked him to withdraw it.
I do not withdraw it. He is not a member of Congress. It's not a violation of the rule. And just as you have been expressing bias through your members about what a hero
There's not a single person on this planet who has ever characterized a witness
Gentlemen
as
from
lying.
Rhode Island,
Sitting here
gentlemen,
It's my time.
That's a
gentlemen from Rhode Island will
Praise
suspend.
him. No, the disgrace,
Mr.
what this man has done.
Gentlemen from Texas will suspend for a moment.
There is the disgrace. And it won't be recaptured anytime soon because of the damage you've done to the justice system. And I've talked to FBI agents around the country. You've embarrassed them. You've embarrassed yourself. And I can't help but wonder when I see you looking there with a little smirk, how many times did you look so innocent into your wife's eye and lie to her about these
Mr. Chairman, this is outrageous.
credibility of a
please,
Mr. Chairman, this is intolerable. Harassment of
what's wrong with that? You need your medication.
Ah.
The witness be committed.
Yes. I love it. I love it. Rhonda, Iowa girl, love this chat. Been watching for a long time. Just started chatting. You are awesome. Rhonda, Iowa girl, thank you so very much. You are so sweet. You're wonderful. And yeah, everyone here is totally cool, except when we get the anti-Semitic trolls. But then all my you know, Deputy Dog and Elizabeth Luker and Eric H526 and Luke St. Martin and Horace and everyone else. Just, you know, they stopped the invasion of the anti-Semitic trolls. Don't get me started on the channel that sends them, which is hilarious unto itself. But yeah, everyone's so cool. And you know, my uploads too, I took so much heat for about 1 year. They tried to like kind of do a mini Trump on me. Like they tried to like just, he's crazy, and like I just like, I don't care. At first I did care. At first I was like, why are they writing these horrible things about me? I'm firmly on the left. Then I realized, hey, I want to bring home soldiers from war. Hey, I don't want to call half the country worthless. Hey, wait a second. This isn't right. If you cheat, you tell somebody it's going to be fair. Hey, that's not right. And I'm like, wait, am I really on the left? They're like, if you're on the left, you have to eat poop. If you don't eat poop and be happy, then you're not on the left. So then I guess I wasn't on the left. I don't like to eat bandini. That's not, you know, there's no nutritional value in manure. Rhonda, Iowa girl. Thank you so very much. I'm glad you enjoy the live chat. It's, you know. Ha! Yes, the Yahtzee. Tell Rhonda that she is very beautiful. I will. The Yahtzee. Oh, Rhonda, Iowa girl. The Yahtzee has a message. Tell Rhonda that she's hot. Rhonda, Iowa girl, you're wonderful. Thank you so very much. Hold on, I'm pronouncing another person wrong. What's wrong with me? Is my brain? But her name is pronounced. Oh yeah, that's from before. So Azalea Pot. Yes, that's what I said. No. Uzail Yapat. It is? Oh, now I don't know. Oh, now I don't know if it's me or the. It's not Azalea Pot. Uzalea Pot. Okay. I love you no matter what your name is. Azalea Pot, Azalea Pot, Azalea Pot. Thank you as always. You're absolutely wonderful. Bobby Sprinkle. Bobby Sprinkle. Thank you. I can't the YouTube policies, but thank you, Bobby Sprinkle. Thank you. So let's go ahead.
To respond,
Respond.
It will be permitted.
Did you ever talk to Hillary Clinton during your investigation, besides the one questioning you mentioned, before that or after that to this day?
Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
Nadler. You know, I love like the nuances of this. Nadler's like, I point of order. To make up something. Point of order. It's commonly known that in the beginning of Thundercats, that Mumra was an ancient alien demon, and the head leader of Thundercats couldn't get his sword to work. We know this, and I object. And Bob Goodlet's like, I have no idea what you're talking about anyway. Just let's continue. Snooch! I'm trying to catch up to Rhonda, Iowa girl. Thank you so very much, Snooch. You're absolutely wonderful. Thank you, Rhonda, Iowa girl. Thank you. Jub8891. Thank you. Snooch! Thank you so very much, Snooch. Thank you. Azalea. Oh, Azalea Pat. Like the flower. I think I will change it. Thank you so very much, Azalea Pat. Thank you. Yeah. Azalea. Azalea Pat. Thank you so very much. Here. Azaleas. Very beautiful azaleas. Look at that. I'm looking at Azalea Redwing. Semi-double flower. Azalea Pat, thank you so very, very much. Thank you, Azalea Pat. Thank you so much. Thank you as always. Thank you, Azalea Pat. You're absolutely wonderful. Snooch! Thank you. Rhonda, Iowa girl. Thank you, so, as always, Rhonda, Iowa girl. Jub8891, thank you. Then I get like the haters. All he does is like thank people. So stupid. AJ, stupid. Why don't you mind your own business? Mind your own business. Do your own thing. You know, you don't have to watch it. Just mind your own business. Thanking other people, man, is stupid. Ladies and gentlemen, let's just go ahead and Twitter. So Adam Schiff is like, hey, you got the why don't you go ahead and do it? Give it your best shot, Trump. You got the FBI, because he thinks he has the Democrats have the FBI. Okay, they're biting off more than they could chew. Michael Morrow, former governments have, oh, thank you. Boogie Finger, thank you so very much. Michael, that's right. Foreign governments have Hillary Clinton's emails. Yes, that's right. I think the foreign services, the good ones, have everything on unclassified network that the government uses. Yep, that's right. Of course. Doesn't take a CIA director, of course. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very, very. Did you see my tweet? Papa D, I didn't see your tweet. Oh, by the way, Papa D, thank you as always. By the way, do you notice how CNN is just like the #1 source of fake news on the planet? Pretty unbelievable. Pretty unbelievable, you know? So, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to wind this down. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very, very, very much. I'll be back in a couple of hours. Thank you so much, everyone. Azalea Pat, Rhonda, Iowa girl, let's pray first. Do you want like we can go through the prayer now? Rhonda, Iowa girl, you're so wonderful. Okay, so we'll do a final prayer before we leave. Lord God, give Trump the strength to respond in kind to Adam Schiff's attempt at mockery. Adam Schiff basically told Trump that he controls the FBI and DOJ. Give Trump the strength to go ahead, after the indictments of Clinton and others, say, here you go, Schiff. You asked for it. Lord, as I've stated, security clearances give Trump the strength to go ahead and pull the security clearances off James Clapper first and then everyone else. Give the strength to Louis Gohmert to Gohmerize anyone he wishes on the left. Gohmerization. And Lord, please go ahead. And since we already know that the Republicans are going to keep control of the House and Senate, make the CNN and MSNBC and YouTube segments on the left afterwards, after the midterms remain Trump-red GOP. Give us all the amusement and joy and happiness of watching the left explain why they lost yet again. This time blaming Iran and North Korea. Thank you, Lord. Rhonda, Iowa girl! Thank you so very much. And you're all wonderful. Thank you so very much, Rhonda, Iowa girl. The Yahtzee won! God luck her. The Yahtzee won. You're on your game. You've been on your game. The Yahtzee won. Thank you. Rhonda, Iowa girl, you're absolutely wonderful. Thank you. And to my haters out there, all it does is thank people. Like, you don't have to hate. You can do your own thing. Thank you, everyone. Rhonda, Iowa girl, thank you. The Yahtzee, thank you. Azalea Pot, thank you. God bless all of you. We will be back soon. Thank you so much. It's been really, really fun. This has been very, very fun. Thank you. To my super chat, thank you so very, very much.